I'll be honest, I did not give the Rabbit R1 a fair shake in my last video comparing it to the AI Pen and Siri. So in this video, I'm going to show you over a dozen things the Rabbit R1 can do from using the camera and its vision features, taking notes, voice memos, ordering DoorDash, trying to hail an Uber, but also some things it can't do right now. Number one, it does general knowledge LLM things like the AI Pen and Siri. So I can ask it, who starred in the movie Shawshank Redemption? And you do that just by holding the side button.
Looking it up now.
It'll look it up, and it does give an answer faster.
Shawshank Redemption stars Tim Robbins as Andy Dufresne and Morgan Freeman as Ellis Boyd, Red Redding.
I do find it to be a little faster than the Humane AI Pen, and I do like the visual indication of the little rabbit ears going up that it's listening, so kudos for that little animation. Next up, and probably the biggest differentiator between this and the Humane AI Pen, is vision. The R1 does have a camera right here. You double click the side button, that activates the camera. It'll automatically go into rear facing mode, and then you can swipe that and the camera moves to face you. I went around and tried to identify lots of different objects. I also showed it some food items, asked it for recipes, and I did see a lot of comments that people are wanting to see the full request and even the time in between the question and the answer. So I'm going to leave it all in. That means there's going to be some blank space, but just skip forward if you don't want to see that, or check out the chapters at the bottom if you want to see another feature. What's in front of me?
Let me take a look. In front of you, there is a swimming pool. The image shows a well-designed pool with a tiled patio around it and some lush greenery in the background, creating a peaceful and serene outdoor setting.
What am I looking at here?
Let me see. You are looking at a Kimball upright piano. On top of the piano, there is a book titled Disney Pre-Time Piano, which appears to be a collection of Disney-themed piano sheet music.
What am I looking at?
Taking a look now. You are looking at a bottle of Chameleon handcrafted cold brew coffee. The bottle prominently displays the Chameleon brand name and indicates that this is a specialty grade coffee that has been cold brewed.
How much of it should I drink?
I would not recommend drinking the entire bottle of Chameleon cold brew coffee.
I found most things that it was identifying. It did pretty well, especially when it has text on it, because it could just read the text on it. Obviously, the cold brew didn't exactly know how much I should have and that it was cold brew concentrate. Do not drink a full cup of that without diluting it. But unfortunately, I did not find it able to identify plants and other things with some specificity. Can you identify this plant?
I see a bush with bright yellow and orange leaves, indicating it is likely an ornamental shrub or plant undergoing seasonal change. While I cannot identify the specific species,
for the record, I took a picture of that same plant that the Rabbit R1 could not identify, and here on the iPhone, Siri is able to identify it, at least give you some ideas. The R1 did not even try. And in case you were wondering, I have tried the look at this feature with the Humane AI Pen, and I find it just doesn't work most of the time. When I had it identify my patio furniture, obviously it described it in detail because it can see what it is, but it can't do anything to tell me where to get it.
While I cannot identify the specific brand or retailer where you could purchase this furniture, it seems to be a common style of outdoor or patio furniture.
Again, this is comparing it to something like the Amazon app on your iPhone, where you can just open the camera, point it at something, and it will show you lots of available objects that you could purchase right now. And when you ask it for like meal and recipe ideas, I gave it an easy one first, like pizza crust, tomato sauce, and mozzarella cheese, and obviously it recommended a pizza.
With the ingredients shown in the image, the Mama Mary's pizza crust, Tillamook mozzarella cheese, and More Glen tomato sauce, you could make a homemade pizza.
When I just showed it less items, like pitas and some sesame oil, it recommended putting things together, but your final result in putting those together remains to be seen.
You can use the pita bread to make tasty sandwiches. Fill the pitas with your choice of fillings, such as grilled or roasted vegetables, hummus, falafel, or a protein like grilled chicken or falafel. Drizzle the sesame oil over the fillings to add flavor.
Number 3, it can search and do things like weather. Now, one of the issues I've had with my Rabbit is it's in the wrong time zone. Rabbit has said this is a bug it's going to fix in the next software update, and in case you're wondering, no, you can't ask it to change it. Can you change my time zone?
Not change your time zone directly.
But let's try an internet search. Who won the last F1 championship, and who was the designer of the car?
Looking it up now, the last Formula One championship was won by Max Verstappen in 2022, driving for Red Bull Racing. The designer of the Red Bull car is Adrian Newey, who has been a pioneer in Formula One car design and has contributed to several world championships.
As you probably noticed, it is pretty verbose when it's giving answers, which I guess I appreciate the depth and detail, but I kind of wish there was a setting to make it less verbose. Just give me shorter answers. What's the weather today?
Let me see what I can find. Today, in Thono-Tosasa, Florida, 62, 88 degrees Fahrenheit, sunny.
Not bad pronouncing my city name, and it actually has my location, so kudos on that. I do like how they display the weather here, and the scroll wheel on the right. It's kind of an infinite scroll. There's no clicks, but it does feel nice. And it's been said lots of times, but the hardware for the Rabbit R1, it's really fun. Pretty cool. Color, almost impossible to capture on camera. Number 4, one of the features I've seen touted is being able to make a spreadsheet from a handwritten piece of paper. I'm not sure how often I would use this, but let's try it. This is a spreadsheet about the different aspects of the Rabbit R1. Can you capture this, make it into CSV format, and add a column to the right labeled details?
Let me have a look. The spreadsheet has been converted to CSV format. Please check your email for the attachment.
I'll be honest, that email came pretty fast, so kudos for that. And if I open this in numbers, let's see what it came up with. So it made feature and work the same column, didn't separate that out, but it did separate the good column and added that details column I asked for. It's a cool feature. I don't know if I've ever handwritten a spreadsheet on a piece of paper and wanted it converted, but if that's something you do, the Rabbit R1 can make it into a spreadsheet. Number 5, there's actually a hidden terminal mode on this, which makes it easier to see long-form written content. To get to the settings, you actually have to shake the device, which I'm not crazy about. I wish there was like a triple click option or something, but you can enable terminal here, clicking that on. And now if we go back home, which will scroll up, go home, write a 2-paragraph essay about the life of Nikola Tesla.
Give me a moment to look that up for you. Nikola Tesla, born on July 10th.
And if you rotate the Rabbit R1 horizontal, you can actually see what it's telling you, but in text form. There's also a keyboard there. I don't see how you can scroll up or down, but cool that it has terminal mode. The Rabbit R1 can also do translation like the Humane AI Pin and like your smartphone, but let's test it out. Can you translate from Spanish to English?
Starting the translator now.
So it actually goes into a mode, tells you the language that it's translating from and to, so let's try it out. Yo tengo hambre, ¿dónde está el restaurante?
I'm hungry. Where is the restaurant?
It's just down the street. We'll be there in a few minutes.
Está justo al final de la calle.
Pretty cool, not gonna lie. I like being able to see it on the screen and knowing what language it's translating from and to. It wasn't immediately obvious, but to go back home, I actually scroll up and then it changes to home and then I click the side button. What languages can you translate from?
I can translate between various languages. Please specify the source and target languages for translation.
Can you translate from French to Korean?
Starting the translator now.
Je veux que le montant ignore les noms que j'ai dit à la nuit.
Could not translate.
My French is not great. Let me try again. Je veux que le montant ignore les noms que j'ai dit à la nuit.
Could not translate.
Parlez-vous français?
Could not translate.
I want to hold it against the R1. I'm not sure if I'm even saying words right now. Let me know in the comments. Number 7, you can start a voice recording and you'll actually get a transcription and be able to download the audio file from the rabbit hole. Start a voice memo.
Saving your note.
Nope.
Voice memo function needs more information to start. Could you please repeat your request?
Start a voice recording.
Saving your note. The voice memo function needs more information to start. Please provide your request again. Thank you.
Start recording a voice memo.
Saving your note. The voice memo function needs more information to start.
I don't know why it's not working now. I just asked it.
Thank you.
Just asked us 3 times to record a voice memo. But so you know, I was successfully able to record a voice memo before. It's here in the rabbit hole. You can preview the audio here.
So when I review the Rabbit R1, I want to make sure to cover the following features.
It's not a full transcription, but it did give me a summary and bullet points, which might be nice for meetings. Let me try one more time. Start a voice recording.
Saving your note.
Never mind. Number 8, as you probably heard, it can create notes, and it did that multiple times. I had a note here that I saved earlier, which was remind me to review the Rabbit R1 with all its features. I did not see all the other notes it supposedly just created, but maybe they'll show up. Number 9, you can connect it to Spotify and play music. I was able to do this successfully last night, but let's try it again. Can you play songs from the Dune 2 soundtrack?
I could not start up the Spotify Rabbit. Sorry for the inconvenience. Please refresh the R1 by tapping the button 5 times and try again.
Okay, that's new. So I'm going to refresh it by tapping it 5 times. Can you play songs from the Dune 2 soundtrack?
I could not start up the Spotify Rabbit.
Are you ready to do stuff?
I am here to assist you. How may I help you today?
Start a voice recording.
Got it. I'll start recording.
Start a voice recording. All right, this is a new voice recording on the Rabbit R1. It will give you a summary of what you're saying, so if you were doing this in a meeting, might be helpful to see some of that. I'm also down for the reel-to-reel little animation. That's pretty cool. So I'm going to go to stop. I'm going to click the side button. So I'm going to scroll down to stop using the wheel, click the side button, and that should be updated to the rabbit hole. I had to reset it, and this initializing text has not left the screen yet, so I guess that's just with us the rest of the time. And there is the audio recording I just did. It uploads pretty fast. Play a song from the Dune 2 soundtrack.
I could not start up the Spotify Rabbit. Sorry for the inconvenience. Please refresh the R1 by tapping the button 5 times and try again.
I've done that multiple times. I can't get it to play music right now, but it did do it last night when I was testing it. So yes, it can play music if you connect it to your Spotify account. Number 10, this is a large action model powered device, and it's supposed to be able to do things like order stuff from DoorDash. So I connected it to my DoorDash account. Let's try it out. Can you order a grande cold brew, breve with 3 stevia, and bacon egg bites from Starbucks?
Let's hop to it. Something carroty, perhaps? DoorDash may take a while to load on RabbitOS and may not be available in all regions.
I do find trying to trigger DoorDash and Uber takes a while to load on the Rabbit R1, but we're going to give it a shot. So it seems like this is an app. It didn't really take my request and make it into an order. I can see what's available to order to me. So let's go with Starbucks. I'll click that. So this is supposedly the menu. I'm trying to scroll up and down. Pretty limited. I don't know if I can ask it exactly what I want. And it went back to the home screen. Order from DoorDash.
Got it. I'll find you something to eat. DoorDash may take a while to load on RabbitOS.
I guess because I exited, now I have to wait for it to load again. So can you open the DoorDash?
DoorDash is currently under maintenance. Apologies for the inconvenience.
Order from DoorDash.
I'm unable to place orders through DoorDash at the moment.
Place a DoorDash order.
Let's get your order started. DoorDash may take a while to load on RabbitOS.
Now, I did cut some parts out, but just to be clear, this is like the 6th time I'm trying to open the DoorDash app. It told me multiple times it was under maintenance and couldn't do it, so 6th time's a charm. We got some new options now. We have Dunkin' Donuts, Starbucks. Let's try to order something from there. Last time I tried to ask it for something specific, and it exited the DoorDash app, so I'm just going to pick something that's already loaded on the menu. Yeah, we'll go with the shaken espresso. I just clicked it. I'm not sure what's happening. I don't want to mess it up and make it load DoorDash again. I'm still scrolling. I don't know. Oh, there's a cart option now at the bottom. Let me go there. I guess you add things to the cart every time you click the button. Let's see. There's my shaken espresso. Let me go to checkout. Now, I already connected my DoorDash account, so it should know where I live and where to deliver it. And we're going to go through with this. We're going to try it and see if it actually delivers. Okay, $10 for a shaken espresso. Let's do it. I'll pay it. I have to enter my passcode. I wish I could change the scroll wheel speed. I should look in settings. Maybe I can do that. All right, it's placing the order. I will follow up and let you know if this actually gets delivered. Well, that's how that process ended. Error.
Apologies. There was an issue placing the DoorDash order. It may be under maintenance or user credentials expired.
Now, I literally just connected it yesterday when I got my Rabbit R1. I'm here in the rabbit hole checking out the food. DoorDash is connected. I'll remove it and maybe connect my account again, see if that helps. There's this weird like iframe login that doesn't autofill passwords when you have to log into these services, so it's really weird. All right, DoorDash is connected again. Let's try one more time.
DoorDash may take a while to load on RabbitOS and may not be available in all regions.
So strangely, Starbucks is not an option anymore on the second go around. So let's choose another place. I've never heard of this one. All right, let's go with a breakfast sandwich. I think that's added to the cart. I just saw the plus icon there. And let's also order a coffee. Yeah, we'll just go with that. If I scroll all the way down, I go to the cart. Let's check out. I'm about to pay $50 for a breakfast sandwich and a coffee. Okay, not too bad. You have to enter your passcode to complete the order. Well, so that was the second time it failed at checkout from 2 different restaurants. I re-signed in on the Rabbit Hole website. I'm not going to try a third time because it takes probably about 10 to 15 minutes to do that whole process each time. Obviously, I cut a lot of that out. So DoorDash, not working for me. Maybe in your region it'll work, but not here. So the 2 other things you can do, aside from playing music, ordering from DoorDash, you can generate AI imagery from Midjourney. I don't have a Midjourney account to connect right now, but during the R1 launch event, they had it generated image, so that's cool. But the last thing is ordering an Uber. That's the other big action, which would be useful. You can put a SIM card, by the way. It's connected to my Wi-Fi right now. You don't need a cellular plan. There's no subscription, but you can put a SIM card. And so if you want to be able to use this anywhere, that's the SIM card tray right there. But let's try to hail an Uber as our last thing. Can you get me an Uber to the airport?
Arranging your ride now. Uber may take a while to load on RabbitOS and may not be available in all regions. Apologies. I need your current location for the Uber ride request.
Well, I'm going to ask again and tell it my full address. I'm going to cut that part out, obviously. Can you get me an Uber from my current location?
Taxi. Just kidding. Finding a ride now. Uber may take a while to load on RabbitOS. Uber service is currently under maintenance. Apologies for the inconvenience.
So apparently Uber is not working either. So listen, here's the deal. The hardware is fun, like you've heard everybody say. The two big, large action model features, which are supposed to be DoorDash and Uber, are not currently working, so I can't test them. I'll try again another time. But overall, while this is a fun little gadget, really nice color, it's just not very useful right now. Making a spreadsheet from a piece of paper that I've handwritten on, not something I do. It can describe things it's seeing, but can't really identify plants. Also, it can't take a picture or video at all, something the Humane AI Pin can do at least. If you ask it to take a picture or video, it just tells you it can't do that.
I'm afraid I cannot record a video. I'm afraid I can't take a picture.
Now, I know there's lots of updates coming. They've said they're connecting more services. It's going to have more functionality. But for right now, it's honestly just more of a frustrating experience to try to use this than picking up my phone, which can do pretty much everything this had done. And if I wanted my phone to identify something, at worst, I could just go to the Google app on my iPhone and use Google Lens to identify what I'm looking at. So really cool hardware. Kudos to Rabbit for that. I know they're working on it. Hopefully software updates come really fast. But even for $200, which way cheaper than the AI Pin, and if you just want a cool looking gadget, I'm sure you'll see this in the background of a lot of my videos now, it needs a lot of work, especially when it comes to the large action model things that it purports to be able to do even right now. If you have questions or maybe you had a different experience with the Rabbit R1, leave comments below this video and subscribe to the channel because I'm going to keep testing these AI gadgets. I have this, I have the AI Pin, and as software updates come over the summer and in the future, we'll see if it gets better. And we'll see what Apple does with Siri with iOS 18. If you want to see my general knowledge comparison between the Rabbit R1 AI Pin and Siri, check out this video right up here. And if you want to learn more about shortcuts, which is a big thing we do here on the channel and automations, I'll put a video about that right up here. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.